Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2018 Austrian Darts Open here in Graz. It's time to meet our second quarter-finalists. Introducing to you first, 2 PDC ranking tournament wins and a World Cup of Darts finalist from Wales. It's the Iceman, Gowen Price! And now, ladies and gentlemen, alongside 7 PDC tournament ranking events, here is the reigning champion of the world. It's Voltage Rob Cross!
Feeling hot, hot, hot in more ways than one here in Austria as the quarterfinals continue at the Austrian Darts Open in the baking heat of Graz. And will it, yes, Graz, and will it be too much for the Iceman, Gerwyn Price? The Welsh #1 takes on the world champion Rob Cross for a spot in the semis. We've seen this before, haven't we? We've seen it this year. Saw it very recently. The German Darts Open in the quarter-final stages, and Gerwyn Price met Rob Cross, and Rob Cross won it convincingly. But Gerwyn Price said his preparation had been ruined because he hadn't got picked up from the hotel, couldn't get his proper practice routine in. Now, the hotel's only a stone's throw away, so presumably Gerwyn Price is prepared for this one. Can he upset the world champion, a man who is lucky to be here, survived 7 match darts against Steve West? But he did survive them, and maybe, now he's got that slice of luck, he can capitalise and claim a first Euro Tour title. Joe Cullen awaits the winner of this one in the semi-finals. I'm Dan Dawson, Rob Malarkey alongside me for Gerwyn Price versus Rob Cross.
Yeah, 6-1 when they met last weekend.
First leg up to throw first. Game on.
And it was 7-1 to Rob Cross when they met in week 7 of the Premier League as well. 3-1 Cross leads in the head-to-head standings, and that's one of the reasons why
140.
he is the 7-2 on favourite for this one. Price is available at around about 11-4, or at least he was just a few seconds ago, but we are in play now. And one of the other reasons is that Rob Cross is the world champion, the #2 seed, and a man who seems to be riding his luck at times here this weekend. 2 6-5 wins, Steve West and Steve Beaton.
130.
And looking to maintain this sequence that we referred to yesterday, but Gerwyn Price will have none of that whatsoever.
80.
Gerwyn Price didn't play in Vienna last year. This, however, is his second appearance in Austria. He lost in the first round in 2016. Rob Cross likewise making his second appearance in Austria as well. It wasn't a happy ending for him in Vienna, though.
It was a swift ending.
It was a very swift and a very
100.
bagel ending.
124.
A bageling. Is there a verb to bagel?
Yes. I bagel, you bagel, he or she bagels.
56.
Yeah, Rob Cross not electing to go to the 8 teams there with Gerwyn Price on 2-2-1. But has left himself 68 nevertheless.
34. Gerwyn Price 68.
May only get one dart at double here. Darts seem to be going in a little oddly tonight. Nothing wrong with that one.
Yeah, a bit right to left.
Well, it just seemed to be a slightly odd angle. I don't know if it's just slipping out of his hand a little bit. Here's a guy who, you know, constantly
140.
drying his hands. Make sure he gets a proper grip of the dart. He used to have an issue, Rob Cross, where every now and again there would just be one wild dart, which, you know, you're lucky if it even hit the board. Sometimes he's putting them in the tyre. But he seems to have eliminated that. I think partially he signed with a darts manufacturer who made him some new darts, rather than the old Eric Bristow ones he was using, where there was 2.5 grams difference between the heaviest and the lightest, just because he'd used them for 13 years.
And didn't know anything else.
Well, yeah. He wasn't even aware when they weighed them. A huge disparity between... You have dart players who obsess about tiny little details, about even so much that Whitlock is taking a pair of scissors to his flights just to make tiny little changes. And they'll go, oh, well, I don't know if I want to use a 21 gram or a 23 gram. Rob Cross was using a 21 gram, a 23 gram and a 20 gram one. No wonder they did weird things. He'll stay there, I think, Gerwin. Now, like that dart, the 25 would have meant he comes back guaranteed 2 darts at double top. But Rob Cross a long way back here.
100.
It is absolutely roasting in here.
Very humid, isn't it?
I've not complained once this weekend, but, you know, I'm obviously pleased as punch that I'm here. But it is warm.
It is warm.
It is toasty.
It is very warm.
I might have lost a few pounds, actually. I don't mean financially. I mean physically. The golden coin is still intact, Stan. Don't you worry about that. Gerwin Price levels things up.
Does have a win over Rob Cross in the past. That was about this time last year.
Yeah, they met twice in the Players' Championship Series. One win apiece on that, but since then, Rob Cross winning the 2 meetings this year. Rob Cross, the favourite before the start of play this evening, 6-4 at the head of the betting. Michael Smith was the second favourite, but he is out of the running now. Darryl Gurney, the second favourite. I was surprised by this, actually. Well, not surprised, but Menzel Sulevic is not the favourites. Gurney is an overwhelming favourite to beat Sulevic, according to the layers, which...
It's an interesting call.
It's an interesting call, yeah. He's 11-2 in the betting. Sulevic at 7-1, 10-1 bar those 4, bar those 3 now with Smith out of the way.
And look, Mensah was a little bit fortunate against Christo Reyes earlier on. He felt like he was the second best player and relied on Christo missing a whole host of darts in the middle of the game. But he won it. And with the fans here tonight, it could help carry him over the line to a second Euro Tour title.
105.
We shall see. And 9-8 remaining. Great dart.
80.
And then there's that angle you were talking about, left to right again, or right to left, I should say. Anyway, Price unable to find the trouble so far, down to 116.
60.
Stayed there. Well, okay, he's down to a 2 dart potentially from 96, but Cross 133. Well, he's not going to finish this now. He's trimmed the 3 off.
43. You're 96.
Now Gerwin with a chance of a break it. Well,
Oh, still on. Treble 19 for double. Nope.
38.
Gerwin Price will do anything to leave double top, even if it's last dart into the double 18. Great dart.
I love this stuff.
He loves double 18 normally, Rob Cross.
How's his double 9?
72.
Off target.
58.
Price then 2 darts at tops. For the break, and listen to the reaction. Gerwyn Price, more than aware of the significance of that one. He has the break against the world champion. Shake of the head from Rob Cross. Is his luck about to run out here?
96.
Gerwyn Price kick-started his campaign with a 6-2 win over Scott Taylor on Saturday. Averaged over 100 in that one. Had a terrific 11-dart leg in the 5th leg for a 5-0 lead that day as well against Taylor. Just rammed home his authority in that one. I think he was relieved. I mean, he's had this Thursday night woe in the Premier League, and I think now that's completely out of the way. Maybe, just maybe, he can regroup, refocus, and just try his luck elsewhere. Could do him the world of good. That will do. Rob Cross the world of good.
Ooh, right back
look
at
at this.
140.
Doesn't know where to stand here, Rob Cross.
43.
Just 43. Big visit here for Gerwyn.
Double 20.
Would lead at some.
65.
Probably not enough. Rob Cross may look at the 18s here. Well, not the 4 off Rob.
Again, he's missed. Hit the 3 last time when he was in this position, and he's hit the single 4 there. Okay, he's down to 32, but Gerwyn Price might well fancy his chances here. Maybe not.
It was a good lie there. I thought he might have been looking at 2 tops after that first start. The 32 for Rob Cross to break straight back in this one. 13 darter, very impressive stuff from the world champion.
It's 1 break apiece, it's 2 apiece.
Yeah, Gerwyn Price, while he was in the Premier League, the Players' Championship Series, he did have 1 run to a semi-final in the Players' Championship. More like it. But his best stuff has actually come as soon as he was eliminated from the Premier League, because we went for the weekend to Barnsley, and he played 8 games. There was a quarter-final run and there was a board final run.
Was that the Mickey Mansell one?
Yes, Mickey Mansell actually beat him in the quarter-final, went on to win the title. But Gerwyn Price, in those 8 games, 3 times he threw over the 100 average, and one of them was 112 and a half. That's top class stuff, and it's stuff that he hadn't been producing while he was in the Premier League, and I think it was just, he was getting fed up. He wasn't enjoying the game. He's enjoying himself here tonight.
77.
Looking for a little bit of revenge after that defeat last time out to Rob Cross in the quarterfinals in the Euro Tour, and he has had runs at the European Tour, Gerwyn Price, and looked like a genuine title contender, 60. And it's taken something big from somebody like Peter Wright to stop him. Or MVG, one of the guys who've been dominating on the Euro Tour. Fantastic setup.
Love that, didn't he? Very much on course here for a 3rd successive break of throw. 1 apiece, back to back.
140.
Gerwyn Price leaving himself tops once again here. And finding tops, and it is a 3rd successive break. And it's a 13 dart break as well, just as was the case with Cross in the last leg. 13 dart break is met by a 13 dart break. Yeah, quarter-final here, quarter-final last weekend, another quarter-final in Riesa towards the end of last year. And another 180 there as well. And that last 8 appearance in Riesa in the penultimate leg of last year's European Tour was one of 8 quarter-finals in the second half of 2017 for Gerwyn Price. He's almost turning into the new Ian White, some might say. And then he had that experience on the World Series stage as well. 4 perfect darts. I wish people would just not even go there. Do not do it.
Already seen a double missed for the 9 darter this weekend. That's as close as you're going to get to the 9 darter on the Euro circuit.
134.
Wild one at the bullseye.
Yeah, we've had a few 9 dart legs this year. We've had a few recently, actually. Corey Cadby hit one in Australia. Dawson Michelle hit one on Development Tour. Nathan Aspinall got one in the Players' Championship recently as well.
89.
And I think Stephen Bunting also hit one in Euro qualifying for Zwolle as well, which was fairly recently. So take your pick elsewhere if you want 9 darters.
Eddie Bluchson hit one in Super League last weekend. They've been hit all over the place, except on the Euro Tour. Double top. The Iceman is edging closer to a semi-final shootout with Joe Cullen. If he can win this one, we will see a new finalist on the European Tour circuit. Neither Cullen nor Price have made it that far before. Huge opportunity. Gerwyn Price has to get 2 more legs.
Yeah, Gerwyn Price has gone close to, well, he's gone close to semi-final, shall we say. 2 quarterfinals in 2016 as well. Made the last 8 in 2015 in Gibraltar and in 2014 at the European Darts Trophy. So a semi-final would be new territory for Gerwyn Price. And as he say, I mean, Joe Cullen's made semi-finals before, but never a final, as you say. Big incentives for lots of players still here. I think the biggest incentive of the lot is Masulovic, though, to win in front of his home crowd. He would love that on his CD.
Gerwyn Price did make the semi-finals of the opening Euro Tour last year, the German Darts Championship.
Of course he did, yeah. He lost to Peter Wright,
yes.
6-5, yeah.
I thought he'd made a semi-final.
Yeah, the abundance of quarters and then the one semi-final that I overlooked.
And
it's in my notes right here, Dan. I can't believe I've missed that.
He was incredible that weekend, Gerwyn Price. I genuinely thought he was going to go on and win it, and it was Peter Wright who stopped him. That's a great set-up shot from Rob Cross. But this is not something that Gerwyn Price has to panic about. It's just a hold of throw, and Gerwyn knows 2 steady hold of throw will be enough to see him over the line. But he's up against the world champion, a man who has made a habit over the last year and a half of producing massive legs at crucial points.
Well, he needs to all 5, although Gerwyn Price is on 173 anyway, so no need to press any panic buttons just yet, but this will be a slight concern for fans and backers of Rob Cross.
Leaving yourself 5. I think we should press the panic button now. Panic, Ron.
We don't, Ron Papa. We don't have a panic button to press. We need to find one.
There's no panic. It's Rob Cross. He doesn't panic. He's oblivious to pressure. He eats pressure.
Price on tops. Will he get the chance? Will he get the chance? No, he won't. Right smile on the face of Rob Cross, but I think deep down he'll still be slightly anxious here. But he's been there before. He's been there before, Rob Cross.
Only Michael van Gerwen has been able to stop Rob Cross when he's made it to Euro Tour finals. With no MVG here, as soon as we knew that van Gerwen wasn't going to be here this weekend, there are a lot of people who immediately thought this is Rob Cross's weekend. But he should have lost to Steve West. Huge let off.
Could have lost earlier. And here he's probably still second favourite. I know he trails. This is an opportunity. Maybe just stepping on the gas here, though. A ton 40. Well, it's not a ton 40. Just a ton. Still Price's leg to lose, you feel, this one, especially if he finds one more treble here. Gerwyn Price has only missed one dart at double in this game. He is averaging up in the very high 90s. There you go, 98. 11 points clear of Rob Cross.
60.
He's led a charmed life this weekend, Rob Cross, so far. But his luck might be running out against the Welsh #1. Oh, magnificent stuff. Leaves himself double 12.
And the way he's finishing as well, as he said, done 4 from 5 so far. There's every suggestion that he'll make it 5 from 6. I won't care if it's 5 from 7 or 8, as long as he gets this double 12 and moves to within one leg of the semi-finals of the Austrian Darts Open. That's exactly what he's done. No messing around either. The finishing tonight from Gerwyn Price has been very, very good indeed. Very strong. And he's won away. Now, Rob Cross, 5-3 down against West yesterday. Can he do it again?
100.
This could be a very tall order.
That was the look of a man from Gerwyn Price there, who feels he has got this game in the bag. Ooh.
28.
And the 5 is only just hanging on. It's a bit of a cliche, but I'll say it anyway.
57.
It's often the most difficult leg to win. There. You are sitting next to cliche man there.
Well, look, what he's got to do, make sure he doesn't go spongy, give it the full gun, to use some big Ronisms there. Great looking dart, that.
Just a step over slightly to the left-hand side to try and find that gap. It actually went into the right-hand corner. It's another ton 40 after a very sluggish start in this leg. And he's in a fairly good position here, Gerwyn Price, to wrap it up here and now, because Rob Cross once again has strayed away from the big number.
Shaking the head.
Almost shaking his hands there as well.
Yeah, I don't think Rob Cross believes that he can turn this around right now. It's just not worked out for him tonight. It is not very often you see Rob Cross in action, and he doesn't even average 90, but that's happened in this quarter-final so far, and the 167 won't go. Gerwyn Price should get a match dart. He might get 2 for just his second win over the world champion Rob Cross, and to book his place in a second Euro Tour semi-final. Double 12 the target. Wonderful stuff from Gerwyn Price. After a horrendous debut campaign in the Premier League, the Iceman is back. 101 average almost from the Welsh #1. Rob Cross's wait for a Euro Tour title goes on, but we will have a new finalist on the European Tour circuit. Either Joe Cullen or Gerwyn Price will be in the final of the Austrian Darts Open. They clash in the semis later. But now we're about to welcome back the Austrian darling of this crowd, the Austrian #1, the Champions League winner Mensur Suljovic, playing in his home country as he takes on the Grand Prix champion Daryl Gurney. Let's hear a few words from Gerwyn Price, and then this place is going to go berserk again.
Well done, Gerwyn. You look a pretty happy bunny at the minute.
Yeah, I played Rob a couple of times. He didn't play well then, I didn't play well, but I won, and that's the main thing. I got over the winning line. I haven't beat him for a long while, so I'm just happy to get through it. And yeah, I didn't play very well, but I won.
Tell you what, and if you're feeling that way, that you're not playing so clever and still getting through, I mean, you've been pretty consistent. Well, I don't, not that you played bad, but you've been pretty consistent all weekend.
Yeah, but consistently bad. But no, I'm playing all right. But I know how well I can play. It's just not happening 100%. And when my top game comes out, I'm tough to beat. I won today. Rob didn't play very well. It's boiling hot up here, and I think I handle it better than him, and that's what it was. So I'm happy with it. I hope it's hot every week.
Good luck, Gerwyn. I'll tell you what, we'll see you in the semi-finals. Ladies and gentlemen, the Iceman, Gerwyn Price.